If you want to stop overcomplicating drum tuning, then this is the video for you. I'm going to show you the simple steps to getting a great drum sound that you're happy with, that matches the sound of the band you're going to play with or the different styles you're going to play. So let's start. Okay, I've got my trusty delivery from Thomann here. So I'm just going to show you some of this. And I'm not going to sing, even though the microphone's there, but that's so we just get some half-decent audio. Ordered 4 new pairs of the Steve Jordan drumsticks. Maybe a future video on the type of sticks I use and why. Love these ones just for the slightly longer length. And then trying out some different drum heads this time. These are the Encore by Remo. So on first impressions, these feel just like the normal Reno pinstripes. There is a slightly different look to the outer layer here, but I suppose the biggest test is going to be the actual sound. I've got a 14-inch for my tom, a 10-inch for my high tom, and then this coated 14-inch for the snare. Okay, so I'm going to start with my tom. As you can see, it's a little bit well worn. I'm quite happy with the bottom head actually as it is. So let's get this old head off first. Just check that actually it was 10-inch tom. I was feeling a bit brave when I ordered it. Okay, let's just get this head off. Good to keep this as a spare, so it'll go on the gig with me now if I need to replace it. So I need a spare head. I'll just get a cloth and give the inside of this a little bit of a clean, make sure. If you have a soft beater, this is really good for the tuning. So you can hopefully hear at the moment it's not really very true or even sound. So I'm just going to take this back to finger tight. So finger tightness is just on these lugs, making sure that they are finger tight, and you've just tightened them to where they can be. You'll have a quite loose head there. So I think this was a Benny Greb video where he was talking about effectively as long as the tone on the bottom head is okay, because you're going to get a lot of resonance out of that. The top head, as long as it's even, should just be a feel thing. You can obviously change the pitch of it, but a lot of your tuning really should be focused on this bottom head, and that's what I've followed, and I've always been happy with the sound I've got at gigs and when I've been recording. So let's just try and get a nice even tone on that for a second. I'm going to do small kind of 1/4 inch turns first because it's a small drum as well, and then just get nice even turns over that. Here I've got that slightly higher ring to this. It's maybe a bit low at the moment. Just go a little bit higher with that, maybe an 1/8 of a turn. I'm trying to make sure that every tuning kind of patch has got the same pitch. It kind of rings true with itself. I think I've got a bit too high now. So I'm just going to play around with these until I get a nice tone that I'm happy with. So I quite like this low tone at the moment. I'm going to give that a go with the top head and see if I'm happy with the overall sound. Make sure that head's nice and tight on there, and it's not kind of pressing up anywhere. And then we go for finger tight on here again. So the more you do this, the better you'll get at it. But basically, you go for finger tightness, and then you go for even tone, and then finally you go for how it feels under your hands when you play it. That's basically the only 3 things you need. If you experiment and you're happy with your sound and you can justify why you like it, there's no other problem. Lots of people will always like different types of drum sounds, and really the main things that you like can justify yours. If you listen to different records of drummers and you love their sound, try and find out how they've done it. But if it's recorded, and even if it's live now, you need to think about the processing it's gone through as well. So it's very hard to really get a complete idea of what their drum sound is normally without the mics on it. So that's where live gigs are great, because sometimes you can get a better sound of what a drummer really sounds like. Once I've got this finger tightness on here now, I'm just going to take out all the wrinkles. Now, I'm quite happy with the ring on that, and I haven't got too many overtones. I've got a bit of decay. And what I'll do is when I'm in the gig later, I will possibly add a little bit of damping. You hear that really kind of stops that tone get through, or checking the venue, I might just leave it ring. So I'm quite happy with that as it is now. And you can hear I do like quite a little bit of ring on the drums that I've got. So I'm going to leave that as it is. I'll get on with the floor tom now, and I think I'll do a separate video on how to tune your snare drum. So if you want to get onto snare drum, that'll be the next video.